Good afternoon. I want to talk about a few issues. Particularly this issue of Chilufya, what happened today at court, and the position of President Edgar Lungu. But before I go into that, let me. I was just having lunch. I think I need to brush my teeth before you start making useless comments. Forgive me for that. But anyway, getting to the issue. Yeah. So, but before I get into the Chilufya issue, let me just point out a few observations. A few observations is with the people that follow me. I mean, I think we have a big problem in Zambia, and the problem that we have is polarization. The problem that we have is polarization, where, you know, people are divided are either on this side or the other side. They are either on the ruling side or on the opposition side. Those on the opposition, they don't want to see anything positive in the ruling. Those in the ruling, they don't want to see anything negative they don't want to see anything negative. Those in the ruling, they don't want to see anything positive in the opposition. And this is a big problem that you have. And many of you keep coming to my page and say, you are confusing us. You are not decided. Can you make up your mind? Which side are you? Look, it is not about which side it's not about which side I belong to. It's about the issue at hand. It's not about which side you belong to. It's about the issue at hand. This issue of belonging to this side or that side has seriously compromised or eroded our objectivity, our professionalism. I mean, you find that a lawyer would be on this side. You know, if he's on this side, he would come up with arguments to support this side. But if he crosses the other side, you see him, you know, the same lawyer, you know, arguing otherwise. I mean, there are so many lawyers that I see, because they belong to the opposition, you find that the way they interpret the Constitution is worrisome. Is worrisome, to say the least. For example, the way laws has been coming out, you know, laws, unfortunately, has become so partisan. Laws has become so partisan. Since Edgar Lungu came into power, laws has become so partisan. You know, it's like they are anti-Lungu. Anything relating in relation to Lungu, I mean, they want to criticize. Anything relating to Lungu, they want to criticize. And really, if you look at their objectivity, you wonder. I mean, the last petition they took to court, to say a parliament or the speaker erred by saying that the parliament make its own rules. Parliament make its own rules in the way it conducts its business. I mean, I couldn't believe that laws were in support of that when the constitution is so clear. Even with me, who hasn't been to a law school, can clearly read and understand. Article 77 is very clear. I can't understand how, lawyers worth their salt would go to court to question, that part. Anyway, the point I'm making is that it's if you're on this side, you don't want to see positivity or negative on this side. And you have a problem. Some of you who are on this side or the other side have a problem with me. Because for me, I look at the issue. If the issue is positive for the ruling party, I will say it as it is. If President Edgar Lungu is right, I will say it as it is. Bill 10, for example, from my point of view, it has got progressive articles, and I agree with it. I don't agree with everything in there, but the majority of the articles in there are good. I agree with it. But those who are against it, they don't want to concede that there is anything positive in Bill 10. You see? Then we have now this issue, for example, the issue of Chilufya. Those of you who are in the ruling party, I mean, don't want to see this as something wrong. And when I say it is wrong, you turn against me. You want to shoot at me. You get upset with me. And you're blaming me of being the other side. No, it's about issues. Bill 10, but PF, I agree with you. On Chilufya, this so-called presumption of innocence, particularly brought by Edgar Lungu, I don't agree with it. I totally don't agree with it. I didn't agree with it on Chilufya or on Chitotela. You can go back and see my articles. I never agreed with it. Even this time around, I'm not agreeing with it. And this time, I'm actually coming out very strongly because I have information. That the Anti-Corruption Commission wants to bring some of the people at the ministry as witnesses. I have information that some of the witnesses are from the Ministry of Health, and this is thrown them in jeopardy. They don't know what to do. They know that it is very difficult for some of these witnesses to come to court and testify against their own minister. So they're having a problem. So I am I'm coming out, I'm very convinced that Chilufya shouldn't be in office on this one. It is very wrong. And I will talk about this issue of presumption of innocence. Here I am. I'm not saying Chilufya is actually guilty. No, that's not what I'm saying. I am not saying Chilufya is innocent. I agree with President Edgar Lungu on his presumption of innocence. I do agree with him. Anyone is guilty until proven guilty by the recognized court. So I do agree. No one is saying, at least from my point of view, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm not saying take Chilufya to prison. No, that's not what I'm saying. But my interest is justice. That is my interest. And that interest of justice is not just against Chilufya. It is also in the interest of Chilufya. My interest is justice. I am preaching justice in this instance. Please don't get me wrong. I am not against Chilufya. I am not saying Chilufya should be convicted. No. If anything, from my point of view, I don't want to go. The case has already started. So let me not go into that. But basically what I'm just saying is that My interest is justice. Justice for Chilufya, justice for the people of Zambia. That is what I'm looking for. Because that case is the people versus Chilufya. That case is the people versus Chilufya. And my interest is for both parties. Is for both parties. Now, hear me out. I'll start with Chilufya. Why am I saying it is also in the interest of Chilufya? Look, if Chilufya continues being in the office, if Chilufya continues being in the office, and in the event that Chilufya is acquitted, in the eyes of the public, Chilufya will still be a corrupt man. And people will say Chilufya was acquitted because he was protected by the president. He was protected by the president. This is what people will say. And I will say that. I will say that. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that if Chilufya at the end of the day is acquitted, with what I know, I would think that Chilufya has been acquitted because some people couldn't come to testify because it was difficult for the Anti-Corruption Commission. That's what the general citizenry, that's how they look at it. But this acquittal might actually be a well-deserving acquittal, might actually be a justified acquittal. But because of this position that we are talking about, it will be very difficult for Chilufya to ever walk with his head high that, no, I was acquitted. It is very difficult. It is very difficult. So, Chilufya, when I'm saying that he's supposed to be out, it is also in his interest. But imagine if Chilufya is out of office and then is acquitted. Surely, unless somebody who is malicious would accuse him of being corrupt if he's acquitted. At least if he's not in office, it will be difficult for somebody to say, no, you are actually guilty, you were acquitted, blah, blah, blah. It will be difficult if he's relieved of his duties. So it is in his interest. It is in his interest and in the interest of justice that Chilufya gets out of that office. Because at the end of the day, if that case is acquitted, is still in office, it will be difficult for people to say it was a true acquittal. But if he's out of office, at least it will carry some weight. On the other side, we the Zambian people, and this, I want to address President Edgar Lungu. We the Zambian people deserve justice. We the Zambian people deserve justice. When somebody is accused, when a public servant is accused of having properties believed to be proceeds of crime, it is no-brainer to know that these resources they're talking about is resources from the treasury. In other words, it's resources from us Zambians. We usually take it lightly. But these people who are in public service, when they are accused of stealing money or corruption, it simply means the money that we are talking about is our money. It's as good as me being a complainant. And me being a complainant, and I have a president siding with the person that I am accusing to have stolen from me. Think at it at that personal level. Somebody has taken advantage of you. Somebody has taken advantage of you, and you report this person to the police, and is taken to court, and yet the president comes out to take out his side. How would you feel? How would you feel? It is not good. It is an affront on our justice. It is an affront on our justice. President Edgar Lungu is choosing to stand with a suspected criminal. with an accused in this case, with an accused. President Edgar Lungu is standing with an accused. He's throwing us, the Zambian people, outside. Because certainly, how do you say, I am in court with this person, and at the same time you say, no, you come and save you? Does that make sense? Let's take it another way. Chilufya is a doctor. Yeah? Chilufya is a doctor. In UTH, this doctor is attending to me, or is attending to this woman. Then this woman goes and complains to say, this doctor, did not touch me properly, or complains of sexual harassment. Then the president says, no, the doctor can continue working. And you, as a patient, if you need anything, you can actually go to the same doctor. Is that good? It may sound like an extreme situation, but that's basically what it means. Chilufya is being accused of having taken money from the public, from people, from the Zambian people. And at the same time, President Edgar Lungu is allowing him to save the same Zambian people who have accused him. He's saving, because, look, you can say it's the Anti-Corruption Commission. Who is the Anti-Corruption Commission? The Anti-Corruption Commission, it's not an institution independent acting on its own. It acts on our behalf. It acts on our behalf. When the Anti-Corruption Commission takes a person to court, it is basically the Zambian people who have done that. Yeah? Imwe ati Isaki Msofu. Presumption of innocence, yes, is innocent, but we want him out of that office so that we can do a proper prosecution. That is the issue. That is the issue. We are not saying Chilufya is guilty or we innocent. We are just saying, can he move out of the office so that this justice system can be done? That's basically what we are saying. It is not right. It is not right. Whichever way you look at it, presumption of innocence, whatever, there is no way a person that has been accused of stealing from you be allowed to continue serving you. This person has been accused of stealing from the Zambian people, and President Edgar Lungu is forcing Chilufya on us. Because really, let's face it, let's just be honest with ourselves. Zambians, I don't think there is anyone who would agree with this one. I don't think there is anyone who would agree with this one, that somebody who has been accused should stay in office. I don't think there is anyone who can agree with that. Unless you are being biased, and you know it deep down in your heart that you are being biased. I know even President Edgar Lungu is not sleeping over this. I know even Edgar Lungu is not sleeping over this. The problem with the Edgar Lungu is that, is not showing leadership on these issues, is not showing leadership on wrong things, on people, is not showing leadership. I mean, a leader must be seen. That's his leadership. A leader must be seen. When something is wrong, a leader must be seen. People must be able to fear you. I'm not talking about the fear of dictatorship, but I'm talking about knowing that there is a president there. If I do this, it will have consequences. In this country, it looks like anybody can do whatever they want, and consequences are far-reaching. Consequences are far-reaching, especially President Edgar Lungu. Nothing. There are so many things that are going wrong. There are so many things that are going wrong, and yet the president is quiet. You can't. I don't hate President Edgar Lungu. I like him. I know he's a good man. I would want him to go through 2021 because I know I'm not going through. So between HH and Edgar Lungu, I would prefer Edgar Lungu goes through, whilst I get more momentum, as I prepare myself for State House. I would want Edgar Lungu to be there. But with the way Edgar Lungu is handling things, it is just not right. This country is it's lukewarm. It's lukewarm. Things, it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. You can't be sure of anything. Not even the directives that President Edgar Lungu himself gives are followed. Nothing. Nothing. Eh? When a president speaks, everybody should follow. Everybody should jump. But look, how many directives do we have? How many directives do we have? Many times I watch President Edgar Lungu visiting the country, going around the country, and wherever he goes, he's directing people. This, that. But I can assure you, there are so many things that President Edgar Lungu gave directives on, and they have not been done. They have not been done. Recently he was, I think he was in Eastern Province. I think it was Eastern Province there, where he even made Victor Mundende to stand up, talking about electricity. But that issue has been an issue for a long time, even before President Edgar Lungu went there, and he spoke about the same things. There are so many areas where President Edgar Lungu has made promise, has given directives, but those directives have not been followed. Gone are the days when we used to fear, when we used to believe that when the president says this, it's going to happen. Gone are the days. Gone are the days. This time around, the president words is, I don't know, is as less effective as my word. Is as less effective as my word. Sometimes even my word carries more weight, because when I say I'm going to take you to court, I go to court. It just can't be. It just can't be. And I'm saying this from deep down my heart, in all genuineness, for the love of my country, that we can't have a leadership where, the president himself, he's lukewarm. We can't. It's not, things are not going to work. Who are they going to fear? Who will the civil servant fear, if not the president? Who will the ministers fear, if not the president? What Stella Lufia did today, Stella Lufia has been talking about COVID-19 and talking about social distances and everything. But look, he carried a lot of PF cadres to courts, and they were busy there chanting, singing, and of course, they put up a placard. They put up placards, Edgar Lungu for 2021, to hoodwink him. Stella Lufia is very clever. He's just basically hoodwinking President Edgar Lungu. And I don't know if President Edgar Lungu falls for this kind of things. But surely, if President Edgar Lungu was a leader who is leading the country, who is in charge of the country, who is in charge of the ministers, what Stella Lufia did today, be it is he an accused or not accused, is supposed to be sanctioned. He's supposed to be sanctioned. But the president is just nowhere. It's just nowhere. We are missing the president. Lungu, I'm telling you, we are missing you in a number of issues. And you are letting down people on a number of issues. Talk about labor issues. Labor issues. People have been complaining. Some people are being locked up in some offices or in some factories due to COVID. What? Anyway, the issue is that labor laws are being flouted, and Vamayoba Joyce Nonde is nowhere. And people have been talking about this from time immemorial, about Joyce Nonde. But the president is okay with it. The president is okay with it. So, but president, how do you expect workers to support you, to be behind you, if you have given them a minister who is not saving them? How? How do you expect workers of this country, to be behind you when you have given them a minister that is not helping them, that is not attending to their issues. Even if they love you, even if they are appreciating your road networks. But do you think they'll come and vote for you in 2021 with this kind of attitude of you neglecting them by not intervening in their plight? Because workers are every day complaining, every day talking about this, every day talking about this, and the minister is nowhere to be seen, and the president is nowhere to be seen. Surely, even if they have goodwill for you, but President, do you think it will be easy for them to vote for you again? Because they will be thinking of another 5 years, another 5 years of a moribund Ministry of Labor. That's what they'll be thinking about. I am speaking basically from a good heart, from a good heart, caring for my country, speaking to my president to do something before it's too late. Fine, let's face it, Chilufya has been a very hard-working minister where we are coming from. He has been a very hard-working minister where we are coming from. I mean, we can't take away that from him. I think he has been good. But he has been accused of corruption. He has been accused of corruption. Surely, but President, do you really think Zambians out there, they agree with you with a presumption of innocence? Do you think they agree with you? I don't think they do, because even yourself, but President, you know it's not right. You know the best thing is to put this man aside. You are overstretching the goodwill of the Zambian people by this kind of actions. You're overstretching. We have the ministry, youths, they have been talking. Of course, I don't agree with some of these things, especially when they talk about protest. But to a large extent, I agree with the general populace of youths. These people, these young people, they are at loss. They are at loss. I do agree. Government has put up various opportunities which these young people can get. But where is the problem? The problem is with the ministry. For a long time, since President Edgar Lungu came into power, I don't think that ministry has been given, a good minister, to run it. I don't think it has. Vincent Mwali was there and he tried to do his best. Vincent Mwali did something. But Mawele and this man who is there now, this man is even worse. Mawele is even better. This man is even worse. Emmanuel Mulenga is worse. And you, the president, when you appoint somebody, you should be able to check how are they performing, what are they doing, do they understand the issues? But that Emmanuel Mulenga does not understand the youth policy. He doesn't even understand the sporting fraternity, how it is run. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand, because that ministry is youth and sport. When you look at Emmanuel Mulenga, in terms of policy, understanding policy for youths, which way we are going for youths, the man is zero. Is zero. And what I'm saying here is not personal. It's not personal. It's not that I hate the guy. No. Just go and watch. Go and watch his Sunday interview. He was nowhere. Grevazo Zulu was looking at him, sympathizing with him. I could see Grevazo Zulu looking at him to say, damn, what a minister I am facing today. And luckily, really, it is on a national television, it is on a government, it is a public media house. If it is a private media, I mean, that man would have been made into mincemeat. Into mincemeat. Because if the man could not articulate issues on a public media, what about if he went on a private? Where somebody really takes him on objectively. The man doesn't understand policy. Then let's talk about football. Let's talk about football. We were on a verge of being banned by FIFA. Tomorrow we would have been banned by FIFA. Because of what? Because of the same minister. Because this minister thinks that, a national team is like a team that you just support and you just say, hey, here is a coach. I mean, the confusion that has been there with the Chilufya and whatever, and all these other people that they were using, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And the president has been very quiet about it. The president has been very quiet about it. But how do you expect the youths to rally behind you, President Edgar Lungu, if you have given them a minister who can't really attend to them, a minister who can't motivate them? Who can Emmanuel Mulenga motivate? He can't motivate the youths. The youths need motivation. You don't just say, no, there is 30 million here. Hey, there is so much money. There is so much money here. There is so much money here. There is so much money here. You need to motivate them. You need to give them guidelines. There is this money, and this is what you're supposed to do to access this money. You don't just say, no, we have 30 million here. 30 million. How are they going to access it? Who is going to access it? For example, the very 30 million that has been given to the musicians, to the artists. Which artists have you given that 30 million? What are the modalities for accessing that money? Who is going to access that money? Who is going to access that money? These things must be very, very clear. And you as a president, I don't blame you for that one. You put it there. It is up to your ministers now to take it up. Where is this money? Where is this money? Because we even said 30 million. Where is that 30 million? But your ministers must be able to follow it through. If they have to get it from the Ministry of Finance, let them get it and put it in an appropriate account. And they need to get to the people to say, this is what you do to access this money. I am tired of having people coming to me, asking me how they should access this money and that money, even the aqua thing, the aquaculture, there is money there. How are they going to access this money? These things must be explained to the people for them to benefit. You don't just put it there and leave it there. It is not right. And if these things are just there, as lip service, I mean, you can't expect people to benefit from that. You can't expect people to vote for you. You can't expect people to vote for you. I agree, the Zambian people have goodwill for President Edgar Lungu. But I think you are overstretching it by not reaching to them. Not reaching to them. Yes, President Edgar Lungu, you are all over. You're going all around the country. But I can tell you that you're not reaching to people. You are not reaching to people. And I can assure you, I'm a young politician. I might not know much, but I can tell you that being in contact with people, interacting with people, is much more than giving them monies around. This is what I believe. This is what I believe. Interacting with people, engaging people one-on-one, it gives them so much appreciation of their leader than money given to a chairman. You leave money, you go to a district, okay? You give a chairman, here is the 10,000 kwacha, distribute to the people. He gets 5,000 kwacha, he gives people 10 kwacha, 10 kwacha, 10 kwacha. It is not so effective than when you really interact with people. When people hear that, yes, We talked about this. The president has heard. You need that. President Edgar Lungu is so lukewarm. I'm repeating that word, lukewarm. It's neither cold nor warm. It is just there. Yes, we have a president, but you don't need that. You need to convince people. I can assure you today, PF is able to stand and even having hope in 2021. I'm repeating this. PF today is having hope for 2021 due to the weakness in the opposition, and particularly in the UPND. The UPND, they don't have strategies. If they had the right strategies, they would have changed things. As we are talking, 2021 would have been a foregone conclusion. Because really, Walungu, I tell you, I'm not speaking out of spite or anything. I love you, Walungu. But I am saying you are not touching the lives of the Zambian people. To touch them there, responding to their issues. You as a leader, and people see, Fiawombekev. I'm not trying to put, a disciple in front of the master. But if you look at Bowman Lusambo's kind of politics, cantankerous as he may be, he interacts with people. You need to interact with people. You need to engage people. You either make them upset or you make them happy. That is what public life, that is what politics is about. That's what politics is about. You need to interact with people. You need to rub with people. You need to shake with people. People need to feel you. People need to know you. They need to know you. People need to know that the president is there. When we talk, the president will hear. The president will respond. Do we get responses from President Edgar Lungu? We don't. Even some of us, I can review, even some of us who are somehow close. We don't. But how are we going to gain confidence? How are you going to give us confidence? How are you going to make us, respond to some of these issues to people? How? When you can't get, that leadership, that direction. You need direction. A president must give direction. This is where we are going. When you give people direction, they will follow you. When you give people direction and hope, they will follow you even in difficult circumstances because they know where we are going. That is the issue. And that's what leadership is. We can be going through difficulties, but if you have given people the direction, you have given people hope, you have promised people that we are going there, by this time we are going to reach there, people will follow you, even if you are going through difficult circumstances. But let's face it, even those of you in PF, even those who are close to President Edgar Lungu, even those of you who are his advisors, let's face it, where are we going as a country? Where are we going? What is the direction? Which direction is President Edgar Lungu taking us? What does President Edgar Lungu want us to do? Because that is a leader. A leader, you motivate people. You carry people with you. By what? The people should be able to see. I am not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm sure those of the people who have followed me, they know where I stand in terms of family. They know. I'm sure people know to say, Tayali, this is where I stand in terms of family. They know. I've had a number of people who have appreciated me to say, no, you are motivating us. You are motivating us. You have seen, I was talking about garden. If you have seen these vegetables, look around on social media and see how many people are showing their gardens. See how many people are showing their gardens. I am not trying to be proud. I am humbly appreciating for those people that see something in me and that try to, emulate the good things about me. But that's what leadership should be. That's what leadership should be. You remember President Edgar Lungu, when you started that jogging, did you see how many people started jogging? People started jogging. It was an in thing. Keep fit, because they saw the president doing. They saw the president leading them, giving them direction in terms of communicable diseases. They saw you on TV talking about that. And a lot of people joined in that. They were inspired. What about in terms of economy? President Edgar Lungu, where are you taking the Zambian people? What are you encouraging the Zambian people to do? What about young people? What about women? Yeah? What you need to motivate people as a leader. You need to motivate people as a leader. But President Edgar Lungu is missing. We can't see President Edgar Lungu. What happened at court today is lack of not seeing the president. Where is President Lungu? Where Chilufya also feels he's also a president. He can overlook all the rules, including the COVID-19, which he himself is talking about. He can overlook that because the president is not there to give direction. What is going on with COVID-19? What's going on? What is the president saying? What is the president saying? If Stella Lufia can do that, what is President Edgar Lungu saying about it? He has no direction. He's quiet about it. So which direction are you giving us? Fighting corruption. Here is Anti-Corruption Commission. They arrest a minister and you say, no. Presumption of innocence. I'll keep him in the office. What motivation are you giving to the Anti-Corruption Commission? But President, I've been to the Anti-Corruption Commission, I will tell you. I have been to the Anti-Corruption Commission many times. I am sorry to tell you that most of the officers, when I look at them, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for most of the officers I see at the Anti-Corruption Commission. And please, my friends at the Anti-Corruption Commission, don't think that ndemi mwenamo. But I feel sorry for you just seeing your dressing. Because, umuntu folabuino, kutuamu mwena fekufia fuele. People who get paid well, you see how they dress. I know some people don't know how to dress. I know some people, they don't know how to dress. No matter how much you try, they don't know how to dress. But you can see it clearly. It can't be all of them. You will see, now follow Tumasutu to Alondoloka, now follow Sapatuisha Alondoloka. But look at the Anti-Corruption Commission. Look at the lawyers that prosecute, some of these people who are accused of having stolen millions of dollars. Look at how they dress. Look at Tumasuti Twabo. People don't want to stay. Lawyers, people who are educated, people, they go to AMA lawyers. They go to Anti-Corruption Commission, as a start. From there on, Bafumako, they go and, do their own things. Because there is no money there. There is no money there. So, when you talk about motivating the Anti-Corruption Commission, motivating the police, the what, when you are paying them peanuts, how do you expect them to investigate, millions of dollars, which these guys have stolen from them? How do you expect them to do that? They have got like a minibus car white. It's like a small minibus, and they park themselves there. No too much to And you expect those people to do a good job, and you say you are supporting the people doing the corruption, fighting corruption. And okay, fine, in their difficult circumstances, notuma suti twaboto apwa, notisapato eshapwa, they try to do their level best. They get something. And at the end of the day, instead of getting a pat on their back for doing something, you, the president, sides with the criminals. Is that nice? Is that good? If in there under fishing, go to the Anti-Corruption Commission. Just go to the Anti-Corruption Commission. Look at how those people dress. It's not that they don't want to look nice. It's not that they don't want those nice clothes. Eh? They also want nice clothes. They also want nice cars. They want them. But umuntu Anti-Corruption Commission, umuntu ni lawyer. He can't even afford to buy a vehicle for himself. And he's busy investigating cases. He's busy prosecuting umuntu uwayiwama million. Pakuisa eshili na chimotoka na wakada full. Some of the cadres, they actually even look better than the people in these investigative wings. Vadeki. Ganiva deki. If you meet him kumanya mchiworia, you can't even know. Ngekala mchiworia criminal na deki, you can't see the difference. You can't see the difference until he shows you an ID that, oh, mbomba kudeki, oh, mbomba kudeki, sorry. You can't fight crime like that. You can't fight crime like that. But I'm talking about these issues. These are the challenges that they go through. But after they go through these challenges, they get Chilufya to court. You allow Chilufya to come with, bunch of cadres to intimidate everyone. Is it right? Sure. Is it right? Can you say you are leading a country? Can you say you are instilling discipline in this country? Can you say you are really fighting corruption? Can you say you are really fighting crime in this country? When police officers, they don't even have talk time. Bakapokolarionse, you can't go and report a case to police. And a police officer will act. Because they don't have talk time. The first thing that they will ask you is talk time. So that you need to mechanic. What's going on? What's going on? These are real issues. What I'm talking about here, it's real. It's real. And a president needs to be there. A president needs to come out to say, this is my position. This is my position. This is how things should go. This is how, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. And your President Edgar Lungu, I'm saying this not out of malice. Not that I don't like you. I know you have been told that Tayali is not stable. Yes, I'm not stable because if I don't agree with something, I will not back down just because no, he's a president, no, whatever. No, even their benefits, I can tell you, frankly speaking, I have benefits through President Edgar Lungu. I have benefits. If you want, I've said this before. Take that clip. Yes, I have benefits through President Edgar Lungu. But I will not agree with President Edgar Lungu doing something wrong. I will not. Ngama benefits kuti yava. As long as I've said the truth. I've said the truth. There is too much mediocrity. There is an absence of President Edgar Lungu in the atmosphere. And people are getting away with nonsense. This is why we are even having people posting pictures from the internet because they know that President Edgar Lungu tawaverenga no kuverenga. Because from my point of view, for those people who are running that page to post those pictures which they got from internet, it only means they know that even if they post nonsense, President Edgar Lungu will not see it. Otherwise, if President Edgar Lungu was in charge of that page, knowing that it is going in his name and is the president, he would have made sure that before anything is posted on that page, he signs it off. I know he's a busy man. He cannot manage to be, posting things on social media. But I'm telling you, if President Edgar Lungu gave an impression to whoever is running it, that he reads what goes on that page, they would not have done that nonsense. For people to do that, it simply means they know that President Edgar Lungu does not actually go on that page and read what is posted. I don't think so. They may have an interaction, of 2 seconds, whatever. But going to check what has been posted, I don't think President Edgar Lungu does that. Because if he did, I don't think those people would take it so lightly to post pictures which are not real. Especially that it is in his name. That is very dangerous. That is very serious. I can tell you, my page, this page, I have not given anyone my password because I don't want anything to change anything without me knowing about it. I know I don't have a busy schedule like President Edgar Lungu. But with the system that President Edgar Lungu has, he would have made sure that such issues are not happening. But there is so much mediocrity. So much mediocrity. So those guys who post, they can get away posting something that is useless, only to be caught by the people in public. What about Chipampe? Where are you? What about Chipampe? Because Chipampe, that is his job. Chipampe drives one of the most expensive cars in the world. He's paid handsomely to making sure that the image of the president is well maintained. And yet, Chipampe is only known by those to my press statements that he releases. That's all. In the media goes which way, that way. Nothing. There is no control. There is no injection of an agenda, because State House is supposed to be coming up with agendas which they are supposed to infuse in the media and run in the people, either to motivate or to give direction. But nothing. Why? Because he has got a president who are paise. That's why. Those guys are enjoying. Those guys at State House, they are enjoying, they are relaxed because they have a president, they have a boss who are paise. They have a boss who are paise. It's just not right, guys. Things has to change somehow. We need to interact with the president. We need to feel our president. We can't have a remote president. We can't have a president quite in spirit. Wakumwena pepa TV, shani, hey. No. We need to interact with our president. We need to know our president. We need to feel him. Otherwise, how are we going to vote for him? This is why some of us are going to contest in 2021, because really, if a president is not motivating me, to give him my vote, so I think I've given my point of view. I hope the president will jack up and shake things and be filled on the issue of Chilufya. I do agree with you with many issues, but on Chilufya, and it's not really Chilufya, it's about justice. I emphasize, it's about justice. It's not about Chilufya, it's about justice. Because tomorrow another minister will be accused. It is about justice. It doesn't matter. Nanguni Bowman wake kata mailo, I will not support that Bowman should stay there, because Bowman is my friend, but I will not agree that he should stay there. I will say he has to vacate office. Chilufya has to vacate office. The Anti-Corruption Commission, now Bakwatama witnesses in that ministry, with Chilufya there, is very intimidating, by the way. Chilufya is very intimidating. Nikumunga wefwafwa abantu baikala. But I will not go into that. I will not go into that. The issue is that let President Edgar Lungu do the right thing. Let President Edgar Lungu listen to people when they are talking. It is not fair that he decides to ignore people whenever they are talking and expect the same people to vote for him in 2021. That is pushing his luck too much. I think I've made my point. Thank you very much.